Okay, welcome everybody to Kuortane. Good to see you. So many coaches around the world here. So Tiina and I, we try to give you a demonstration how to use gymnastics training, part of the Javelin throwers training. And Sami and Teemu will show you the exercises. This is not all the exercises what we do here in Kuortane, but some of them. And, we go step by step, starting easier exercises, basic exercises, and then we go step by step with more difficult exercises. And I will explain during the session more why we do the things, different exercises, and what is the relationship between throwing technique and this certain exercise. So we can start the exercise. Tiina will tell the athletes what to do and tell something about the exercise. We talk, sometimes Tiina, sometimes I talk.
And if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to ask, and we'll try to explain why we do certain things. So for the balance, we use a lot of beam. Even with these guys, even they don't really like it a lot, but still, we'll go there. And we start to do some, this is for the balance, but also some angle work, because you do have to have your strong footwork angles. So we'll go little roll-ups, roll-downs. You don't go down to the squat, up to the relevé, and you find the balance. Straight knees, take your knees, go down, heels down, and straight legs. And they will keep going a couple of times. I do put them to the beam because I'm too lazy to talk. So when they are up here, they have to find the right muscles to work, because if they fall down, it's not fun. It's really boring to climb up again and again and again. So they have to really concentrate what they are doing and work to all the muscles. Okay, switch your leg. And a few more times.
As we know, the balance is very important when we throw. We get the throwing position. Both legs must be well on the ground to get the good power from the ground.
Okay, we'll go to the next exercise. We'll start with lifting the leg up. Lift the leg up 2 times and take a big step forward to the lunge. And you go down 2 times. And then you go up from there to your scale. And you are trying to hold a good posture, good balance the whole time. The shoulders goes up. And you move your leg from the side, back to front, and you take down to the lunge again. So we are trying to make these athletes to move, and throughout the movement to find the muscles which are working, instead of just staying still in one position and hold it. Okay, we go through one more exercise on the beam before we move to the floor. And now we start the same thing. The leg goes up first to the lunge, and now the back leg goes up. We try to turn that knee out, and now we really try to find a balance. Holding the front leg, pushing it straight forward before we start to go again. Yep. Very good indeed.
You need a good balance and good control of the middle body to keep up the balance. That makes possible when you have a good block, transfer all the power through the body to the releasing moment. So this is not only the legs, but it's all how to activate the middle body muscles, leg muscles to keep the balance.
Okay, we start with the roll forward, stretch jump, and stop. Find the good balance before you go again. Roll forward, stretch jump, and stop the good balance. Go ahead.
Everybody knows that the rhythm is very important when throwing, especially running rhythm, and also when you come to throwing position, find the right rhythm. Right rhythm when you get the block and transition through the body, that you have right technical rhythm, kinetic change when you throw.
Okay, we move on faster, so that goes to cartwheel. And in the cartwheel, we are trying to find the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your hand, foot, foot. Can you do it? All right, let's go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This week we do this, next week we do that. So kind of try to do a lot of different variation. And now Sami is gonna show one combo. So this, we put few elements together. Let's see how he handles this. We'll start with the cartwheel to the handstand. Continue into the roll forward. And jump up with full turn. Whoop. Roll forward through the middle. Very good. On your stomach. And push up to the support, squat, and jump up to your handstand, hold it. Come on, and down. Wanna redo?
And as you see, it's not all of the body control, it's also lots of flexibility, what you can improve on this training session.
Okay, we move up to that flexibility thing, and we start with the bridges. So let's just show the regular bridge first. Yeah.
As a javelin thrower, you must have very good hip area flexibility, but especially upper body flexibility must be very good, that you can do technical things right.
When you start, if the bridge is too hard on the floor, it's good to start to do it so that your feet are up on some kind of block, and then you go to your bridge from there. So now when your feet are a little bit higher, it's easier to get the weight to the shoulders instead of to the lower back. So we really get the stretching more to the upper back instead of here. After we done the regular bridge, we start to do the kick over from the bridge. So you go to the bridge first, and this one too, you can start your feet up first and then on the floor. And then you kick up to your handstand. Come on. Come on. Good. And back to the bridge. Excellent. And against the handstand.
You can do when you have certain power level, good flexibility, good body control. So that's the difficult part of the session.
And you can also do the kick side, one leg first and then the other one will follow. But if you keep doing that way, it will be good to do it both with your right and with your left leg. Otherwise, you start to get a little lopsided. So, one foot, other foot, or 2 feet. And then we can do a bridge, different kind of the bridge. I call it elbow bridge. So you go down and you put your hands around your head and you bend your elbows. And you push up to your bridge from there. So now the pressure goes a little bit more to your upper back instead of to your shoulders. And now you kick over. Come on. Good. Great job. And then we can also work a little bit that same opening of the shoulders and upper back on your handstand and pushing back to the handstand, so it also adds that part of the exercise. So Teemu, go to your handstand. So from here, you press your chest to the wall and back up. Base, good forward. So you get the good opening and then you push back up.
One important thing is that when we think how the arm moves during the pull, so if you can move the arm correctly, you must have strong but especially very flexible upper body and shoulder area.
Okay, these were the few exercises for the acrobatic and flexibility, and now we start to concentrate about the body, the strong core and supporting muscles, and later on we'll still move to the equipment to work a little bit more strength. So we start with that middle body. Lay on your back, please. Back on. Yes. And first you can start so, they don't really like this exercise, but oh well. First you can start so that your knees are bent, your arms are bent, and you just keep going to the other side of the floor. Okay, when you get stronger, you can push your lower leg straight, and you can move your arms over your head, and keep going like that. That's fine. And now, of course, when we do this exercise to the one direction, we do have to come back to the other direction to create the strong muscles to the both sides, not just to the one side of the body. Next one, or you want to say something? Next one we go, still work more to the stomach and also the back. We start the same thing on your back. And you put your arms over your head and your legs straight, and you lift your arms and feet off from the floor. And you do have to make sure that your back is all the way on the floor. And now you can turn slowly to your stomach, and your feet stays up. You have arch. You turn slowly to your back, and now you go fast. Tuck up, good. Back up, straddle up. Up. Yeah. Come on. So we add the slow turn, and then you go fast. You tuck up. Go faster. Okay, that's enough. But of course, we do have to go back. So going to the other side first to make the body even. But now instead of doing the tuck ups, you go on your stomach and you rock 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and you slow down to your arch again. So you rock, and 2, and 3, and you go down slowly, and then you go again. Make sure that you press the whole back to the floor using these muscles in the middle. Then we use these. These are sliders. They use it to move the furniture when you have a carpet, but we use them to move these people. No, we don't draw them. You start on your front support, and you can put the slider under your feet. Like that. Yep. Yeah, you start from your front support, and slowly you push yourself to the stomach. You can drop your elbows down, and then down. You try to hold the position the whole time. If you're losing the middle, then you have to drop down, because you don't want to break your back doing this element. You want to just kind of keep it really nice, tight, and come on, all the way down. Excellent. But because I'm working now with the throwers, and they use one arm on the discipline, we can also do this with one arm. So you start now your knees on the floor, and you put your one arm behind your back, and from there, you are pushing yourself slowly to the stomach. And of course, you do this with both arms, right and left. Come on. Okay, we didn't start with this element. When I first came here 3 years ago, we started with just like a little easier things, but I don't want to stay, so I kind of try to create more elements as we move on to get more out of the practice. You need a break? All right, Sami will put the hands to the sliders, and Teemu will take his feet. Yep. Punnerukset, joo. Yep. So Teemu will start to push Sami, keep the position really tight, and while he's going forward, he can also add the push-ups. About 8 times will be fine. Come on. And the middle has to stay really strong the whole time. And now on the way back, you do the little in and out to make the shoulders move a little bit. And you keep your hip flat. Come on. And Teemu. Okay, then we move a little bit work on the back side of the muscle. So you sit down and you put your feet to the sliders. Oh, actually one foot is enough. We'll do one foot. Take it, good. So you bend the other foot first, and from that sit-up position, push yourself forward to the back support. Try to get that hip as high as possible, really flat hip. And then you go down, you switch the other leg, and you keep going. That's fine. You can do it so that your knee is bent, or you can have that leg up, like almost pointing to the ceiling, and alternating right and left. So now we get also this part of the body work. Same time you do also has to squeeze this stomach.
So these exercises, what the boys has done now, is more like basic exercises that all, even the younger throwers can do. These is more like shoulder stability, core stability. No, not so much power, but more like a joint area stability and control.
And then we have maybe one of the hardest exercise to the back of your legs. So you lay down on your back and you put your heels to the sliders and you lift the bottom up. So you're trying to hold this straight line the whole time. And you bend your knees and you push them straight. And you bend your knees and push them straight. Maybe 6 times, 2 or 3 sets.
And if you want to try, you can try.
This goes back to the little active flexibility, but same time, of course, you have to have the good, nice, tight position. Yep. And from the front support, first you bring your knee up to your side, bend knee, and back down. Both legs about 5 times. When you're done it with bent knees, you can bring the straight leg up all the way to your elbow. It's a little close to each other. And also, if you want to make it a little bit harder, you can put your elbows down and do the plank position. Trying to keep the position really flat. And then you do the same thing.
thing I like why we do the gymnastics is that every exercise you must activate almost all the muscles you have in the body. It's not like just like bench press, you lie on the bench and your arms are only moving. Here you have to activate all the muscles and you have to have the right connection to every muscle.
So of course your goal will be that you can do the whole thing on your own, but in the beginning you might need somebody to help you a little bit. Really good, you know. Come on. And then you hold it at back. You have up, ready, come on. And then go down. Hold. 2, 3, 4. That's fine because I didn't fix it. Okay, we just started like 2 weeks ago after the little break. So it takes a few weeks to get back to the stage that we can really start to train hard here at the gym. We go to the high bar next.
These things you can do also almost at home. You can buy the rings, you can find the high bar, soft area to do slider exercises, so it's not a problem to do every athlete.
This I go around the world, and you try to keep your hip as open as possible. You can bend your elbows a little bit while you're closing your shoulders and you are pulling your body around the world. So the goal is to keep the hip flat and go close to the bar. And again, you go right and you go left. So don't just go one way, both ways. Either alternating or then one time going around this way and then another time going around that way. Okay, I need to take my paper.
We do gymnastics through the year, but we not all the time the same exercises. Like now in the general training season, we focus more like power level, this kind of exercise what I'm doing now. And in the competition season, focus is more like flexibility, body control, and that kind of things.
Hey, if you have any questions, please ask, because you do have to slow down a little bit, because these are very hard exercises. So I do have to do them a little break with you. So, hey, it's the regular thing. So here when we're doing this swing, it's really important to push through these muscles. Yeah. Because if you're losing the tension here while you're swinging this way, you start to fall down and it hurts.
Put stability on the shoulders, you must find the right rhythm, and then when you get the legs on the box, you have to activate the middle part and the legs. All the exercises, rhythm, power, all the physical areas.
And I do like to use the block. Just make sure that they finish the every time with the right position. Because if I step and swing, then the swing gets really small and it doesn't benefit that much. But because I use the block here, we have to lift the feet up, we have to do the right position. So that kind of controls that the element is right. Okay, we are adding on the knee. So the same thing, but same thing that while you swing back, you come down and you bend your arms and lift it up to the block really well. And then and straight. Come on, maybe one more. And come on.
you use all your body and speed it up to the normal
Okay, we have another thing here on before levers. This work your arms, and at the same time your body has to stay flat. So everybody, you have to hold a nice straight position while you're moving yourself front and back, pushing your arms straight and head, come on. And you're still trying to keep the whole straight line, no fight at all. Pretty good.
Hyvin meni.
Good job, sir.
Näytä sitten.
Ei, parempi. Se meni paremmin kuin
Yeah, we usually do like set of 5, set of 6. Not often more than 10. That's very good. You see the whole straight line here? Yeah or no?
Onko?
Oli parempi.
Oli parempi. 9,5.
Now we're moving the rings. So once again you have to move the rings. So first when you start doing things, start with the small things. So we start hanging on the rings and opening the arms, turning the rings and coming back. Now after you do this one, you can add a little swing to that one. While you're swinging back, you open those rings and you turn your hands. And on the front swing, you turn your hands. Good. Okay.
sama liike.
Yeah. So you start first, just open. And then you add the swing. Hanging and swinging is really good for your body because it does make you stretch, open yourself like you heard it. So everybody should hang every once in a while. Now we do some little more strength training. We do pull-ups on the rings. So on rings, when you're doing your pull-ups, your arms are moving. So you're not like locked in one wrist position, but you keep moving your arms and your shoulders and your elbows. 3 pull-ups. Usually it will be 3 or 5, depending on the time athlete. And then we add those in the back things, you bring your legs over your head. Slowly, your feet towards the floor. And then you go back. So here is strength. You have to use for the you have to use the stomach, but you also get into that stretch position at the end, so you feel the stretching as well.
Sama. Pari vuosta.
Okay. And I can see the hands keep moving the whole time, so you're not just locked in one position. And then your feet go, and you go slow, as slow as you can, very good, and then you go back up. You know, sometimes he just does his own stuff, but it's okay. And then all the way down.
Surma.
Again, there should be seen a same kind of pressure while in the delivery phase in Javelin when you put the when you see the movement it goes back.
So we are looking here for 2 things. That hollow shape at the back. arch, the big arch in the bottom of the swing. So you're stretching through the bottom and then you're kicking your legs. Come on, let's move over. You stretch through the bottom and you kick your legs. That's fine. Good. That's fine. Okay.